Ladies and gentlemen,
we not doing that no more. We're in a whole new era.
All right, bump that. Gamma!
Welcome to Gamma Blerds.
Okay, all right. Welcome. Greetings and salutations. Another great and wonderful episode of Gamma Blerds. It's your boy Trey proper here in Ranger Fort Studios for Radiation Level 3. I'm joined, of course, by my lovely co-host.
What's going on, everybody? It's the Black Blerdy Broly. I'm still working on that. It's your mother's blind date. It's your auntie Sneaky Link. It's your boy. It's me, Just Rick Williams. Check out the drip, nigga. Check out the drip. What's up?
Where's the belt?
I was rushing this morning. I was rushing. I left it in the house.
Okay.
That's why I feel nude.
You feel
I feel nude. Yes. I feel nude without it. I feel not powerless, but like I'm missing like a quarter of my strength.
Okay. So you need the Infinity Gauntlet. That's cool. So how you enjoying that tasty beverage?
I don't know what the fuck this is. First off, look at my brilliant Gamma Blerds cup made by say the company's name again?
It is Merlin Stir Fry. I got merch from them. Yeah. So a little behind the scenes. It's my wife's company. Yeah, so she if you want to get a shirt, this one says Merlin is maybe a cult, but PG County is a culture. So she also makes lovely tumblers. I'm marrying her, y'all. I love you, sweets. Anyway, but yeah.
So getting back to this. So again, like I said earlier, I was rushing this morning and I forgot a couple things. I forgot my drink and I forgot my belt. But my lovely co-host over here, this wonderful man, had a flask. Knowing him as long as I've known him, I know some of the stuff that's in this flask, but I took some of the flask and I poured it into this tumbler. I got 12 initial tastes. as soon as I, I'm gonna do it again.
So we're gonna play What's in That Flask? What do you think's in there?
So I know for a fact that there is some absinthe in there.
Yes.
I know that is in there.
Mm-hmm.
There is it tastes like Lagavulin.
Man's good. Okay.
There's some Lagavulin in there. There is another. I know no. There's some Jameson in there.
No Jameson.
Huh? Where's that orange flavor coming from?
Come on. What else tastes like orange? Come on.
Triple sec?
There you go.
Jesus Christ! There's some triple sec. Is there a hint of tequila in this?
There is a hint of tequila in that. It's all brown, baby. And some of the triple sec.
And I honestly don't know what else. All I know is I only filled the tumbler up to here, and by the end of this episode, I'm probably gonna be slurring a lot more. So
yes,
we're on an adventure today, guys.
All right, it's good though.
Yeah, it's good and nasty.
Good and nasty?
Yeah, no, it's nasty and good. Like, you know how normally the aftertaste is the nasty part? With this, initially once you drink it, it's nasty, but then it gets good. It's the weirdest shit ever. I don't understand this. It's like a cotton candy grape. Like you put a cotton candy grape in your mouth and you get grape, and then the cotton candy punches you in the back of the little dangly thing in the back of your throat.
I don't think I've ever had one of those.
Go to Harris Teeter and steal some. Don't buy them. Don't buy them.
Just cotton candy. I'm trying to lose weight. Anyway, all right. So let's get into the rest of the show. Also, if you do want a tumbler, make sure you check out her stuff at merlinstirfry.com. She's got merch. She can make you tumblers. Just hit her up. All right. So following up from episode 1, we kind of went back and forth about your anime journey. I was a little curious to just follow up after 2 episodes, see where you've been at. What you been watching lately, Rick?
I put Attack on Titan on pause for a little bit because once spoiler alert. Once Aaron turned into a Jaeger, and I knew he was a Titan, excuse me, right off the bat. Like, I saw it, and I was like, that's fucking Aaron! And I was just like, you know what? This emotional roller coaster has done a little bit too much for me. Mm-hmm. So I picked up, and I'm finishing Chainsaw Man right now.
Okay.
And I'm at the end of that. I love Chainsaw Man because it's hyper-violent. It's hyper-violent, but also there's like this seriousness that the main character just cuts right through.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's just like, they'll be talking about, yeah, we're going to die if we fight this monster, and then the main character's like, if you show me a nipple, I'll kill everything.
Yes.
I'll kill everything and everybody around here.
He just wants to get laid. That's all
that
it is.
He just all wants he wants.
So I have a suggestion for you.
Please.
So recently, Netflix dropped a trailer for Terminator 0. Are you familiar with that at all?
I have seen a couple clips.
Okay.
I haven't seen the trailer yet.
Hyperviolence. We're elder millennials, so we know about Terminator. And if you don't know about Terminator, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. But they're releasing an anime called Terminator 0, where it's hyperviolence. I think it's the first time they try to go back and kill Sarah Connor. Graphic. Jump scares for anime. I think you should give this one a chance. It's actually dropping on the 29th.
Listen, I'm all about the expansive Terminator universe. So if it's a Terminator anime, I think that sounds like that's a bit of me right there. I hope that we get like some different, some different takes on how to come at the first Terminator from different angles. Like, I'm always gonna love the police station scene from the first one. That's where you initially get Arnold saying, "I'll be back." That's where that comes from, not from the second one. Young asses. So I enjoyed that, and so yeah, I think I'll give that a try. I'm interested in that. I also got My Hero on my list, but also do me a favor, y'all leave some comments on our Instagram and on our YouTube and on videos. Let me know some of your anime suggestions. I'm not gonna listen to all of them, but please let me know your suggestions, and we'll see where it gets us. I might come down that path. I might not. If you suggest something bad, I will call you out by name on this show. So just know that that's coming.
Yeah, we're going to be calling out a lot of names because there's a lot of bad anime out there. But I did have one more thing to suggest for you. Have you ever seen Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix?
I've seen it in passing. I've never actually watched it.
Okay, so that's what's called an anthology. I know you know what an anthology is, but it's a combination of different animators that are creating short video formats and different forms of animation, not just anime. There are a couple of things that are anime. There's one thing that's coming out for Amazon Prime called Secret Level. And that's going to be pretty much about video games.
I've seen the trailer for that. Yeah. That I'm actually excited for because, once I saw Kratos,
yes,
I was all about it. And I was just like, wait, why does it look like Kratos is in like Mad Max world or like in some like apocalyptic type zombie place? And if it's Kratos with the Leviathan axe cutting off zombie heads, I'm all about it.
All right, let's get to it. That went nowhere. That came back. All right, I'm a aim really further out. It wanted to stay. All right, so we recently had the Democratic National Convention.
Yep, just
got to get into politics again because no point in us not talking about this for the rest of the fucking year.
It's a very important election.
It's quite important. So we might be in chains, y'all. So we did have the RNC before that, where it was a snooze fest. Of course, I didn't watch that. My family was basically like, "You need to sit down and watch this with us," because Beyonce might show up, and of course, Beyonce never made an appearance. What did you think about the RNC versus the DNC?
So that's also been one of the funny things, but they saying a surprise guest, and everybody like equated this political event to like some star, a singer, or like Taylor Swift is also another name they were throwing out there. There is a meme going around on Twitter. It shows two different boat parties. It shows one boat party where it's a bunch of people sitting around with plates of potato salad with raisins in it and some unseasoned meat and shit, and they just sitting there just looking at each other. And you pan over to the right, and they literally I don't know if they're doing the electric slide or the wobble or whatever. The insert line dance here, but it was a bunch of people who look like us just over there having the time of their life. That is the perfect analogy for the RNC versus the DNC. The fucking RNC was just, it was a weeks long Trump jerk off fest basically. The whole time. Yeah. And the DNC was just, it was like a rainbow coalition of celebration. You know what I mean? The fucking Georgia, I wish everybody was as lit as Georgia because Georgia brought Little John out of retirement to come down and announce that for their roll call segment, which was dope as fuck. I mean, it was like one big ass party, you know what I mean, with speeches. And then thank God, thank you, Michelle Obama, for years ago, she made that infamous statement of when they go low, we go high. Fuck that. We are entering in the age of petty.
Yes.
Her speech, Barack's speech, it was basically just them taking shots the whole time. Now, what I need for the rest of the Democratic Party is I need for everybody to keep that same energy because Trump did it at one of his little rallies or whatever the fuck you want to call it. He was like, "Oh, Barack and Michelle, they were getting very personal speeches the whole time, and now they've been telling me, oh, we have to talk about policy. Can I stop talking about policy now? Can I get personal?" I hope, because the N-word is right there on the tip of his tongue.
I want him to drop
it. It's right there on the tip of his tongue. He's gonna say it.
I want him to do
He's either gonna say that or he's gonna say black bitch is gonna come out also. One of those two is gonna happen, if not at the same time.
A black.
But again, Democratic Party, match that motherfucking energy. Get after his ass. Real shit. I would have somebody turn on a really powerful fan to blow his fucking hair off stage.
Yeah, that would be awesome. But Nancy Pelosi's not gonna allow that to happen. Man, she's really cracking the whip back there.
Man, Nancy Pelosi better go sit her old ass down. It's time. Hey, we got to get these old motherfuckers out of politics. It is time for them to go.
Vote.
And not just vote this year. Vote every 2 years. We got to start voting in our local elections. We got to start voting for judges, congresspeople, senators, like everything. Sheriffs. Every fucking thing. Because that's why they got it that's why they got it set up the way they got it set up now. Is because we don't vote in local elections. We don't vote for judges. We don't vote for these lower tier people that we think ain't gonna make a difference.
Fact.
Nah, fuck that. There's checks and balances in our system. And we have to regulate every level of government.
Big facts. I totally agree. Making the change audible on the play. So one notable speaker that we had at the DNC that I zeroed in on was Wes Moore. He kind of sounded presidential up there. He kind of did. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people don't like him, but he's the first black Maryland governor, and the third black governor elected in the country. So, but he sounded presidential. Sounded like he's ready to make him. He was on the Daily Show and he was like, I'm just focused on this right now. So I'm not saying he should. Just saying I like what he had to say.
I know a lot of people don't like Wes Moore. I know we have a tendency in our community to, when somebody is being themselves genuinely and when they're letting their blackness come out, people like to say that they're pandering or that they're being fake or they something. Nah, I think he's just being himself. And you know what I mean? And honestly, in order to make it to that political level, there's going to be a little bit of corniness to it. Yeah. But also you can tell, like, he's just a genuine dude.
Yeah.
Like, he's a guy. Like, there's a clip of him at the University of Maryland practice doing the drills with the players and stuff and, like, leading the chants. Oh, wow. I'm like, look, you can tell he never, like, he might have played, but, like, you can tell he wasn't. Yeah. But, I mean, it's just him being genuinely him. I think that Wes Moore can possibly I think he can ascend to a higher level. I think being the governor of Maryland is just a stepping stone for him.
Yeah.
I think that you can tell that he has other, I'm losing the word right now. He has other aspirations. Oh, okay. He has other aspirations to do bigger things. I think that he can do it, and I think he's somebody that we should get behind. You know what I mean? A lot of people who are in our age group, they complain about the politicians. They complain about how old they are. They're not familiar with us. They don't understand our issues. They haven't gone. Well, this is a dude who's on our level. He understands. Like, you can go and talk to him the way that you would normally talk to anybody else in your family or that you know or that you're friends, and he's going to understand where you're coming from because he's lived that plight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I think that's somebody that everyone should get behind. I get it. Everybody likes to take their own personal shit and apply it to a politician, but the world is bigger than you and your issues. You know what I mean? Like, you got to get past that and you got to look at the bigger picture. Yeah. You know? Because it's not an individual thing. It's a greater good thing.
Yeah. And his focus on the bridge collapse and the Francis Scott Key bridge collapse and his reactions to that, I didn't realize that they had gotten it cleared up so fast. I think it was maybe like 3 or 4 weeks that they got it cleared out. And, you know, they of course they couldn't say the people that they lost, and rest in peace, I'm sorry, but it wasn't lackadaisical. It wasn't, I'm just sitting back, oh, it happened, fuck it, and we just keep on going. No, they worked their asses off to get that thing cleared up.
And I'm glad you brought that up because that is the perfect example of why we need to get behind some of these politicians. Because do you know who the mayor of Baltimore is?
No.
So it's a guy by the name of, I believe it. I know his first name is Brandon. I think his last name is Scott. Yes, it's Brandon Scott. Brandon Scott. If you see him, and he's not in his mayor suit, if you just see him regular, he'd be like, I went to high school with this nigga. Like, I know this nigga. This nigga did shots the other day. Like, but he is a young black politician who is motivated and who is confident in himself and his ability to get shit done. Okay. Brandon Scott was out there, like literally that bridge would fail. He was out there 15 minutes later, out of bed, out there holding press conferences, like getting stuff together. Morning, yeah. So like there are young black politicians who are about this and who want to push things forward and who want to see things change and make it better. We have to support them. Facts. That's where we have to do our research and not just be saying shit. You know what I mean? I know niggas made songs like Money Ain't a Thing and they want to get on the internet and say crazy shit or whatever, but actually do some research and actually check into some shit and actually figure out who it is that you want to support and you want to be behind. And Brandon Scott and Wes Moore are two people who you should definitely back and support their ventures and where they want to go. I'm sorry, I brought up the song Money Ain't a Thing because Jermaine Dupri hopped on Twitter while he was walking his 5 miles and just made a rambling, nonsensical post about so there's this thing happening right now, right? And it's amongst us. And I say us because I mean black men. Okay. But there are a lot of black men that have some influence who feel the need now that Kamala is the presidential nominee and she's running for president for Democrats. You can tell black men who are uncomfortable with black women being in power. Because now everybody got something to say. Yeah. And it's not positive, it's nonsensical, and it confuses those who will put your opinion in a higher standing, right? Jermaine Dupri is one of them. It's been quite a few. I'm not gonna go down the list, but he's the most recent one. Y'all, we got to stop listening to these dudes, man.
When was the last time we listened to Jermaine Dupri?
I mean, you're absolutely correct.
You dated Janet. No, oh, wow. Well, okay, and she dumped your ass.
No, I'm glad you brought that up. Niggas stopped listening to you once you cheated on Janet, because it was millions of niggas like, you cheated on who?
On Janet?
Or, nigga, what? So,
I would give my, Sweets, I'm sorry, I'd give my left nut for Janet. I'm sorry. It's Janet Jackson. You got to understand.
Man, listen. I'm still thinking about that titty from the Super Bowl.
Yes.
But I mean, yeah,
thanks,
like
Justin.
They just got these opinions and it's so uninformed and it's so unintelligent. You know what I mean? And you can tell it's no research that went into it. Yeah. But they just want to make these comments and they want to sow dissension. Why can't we we all got to get on the same accord, man. Yeah. Listen, every day is the Alabama pier incident. Every day, Kamala threw the black hat up. Yeah. Now niggas swim across the water and help. You know what I mean? Everybody, like I need for like there's a sect of white actors who formed the group called White Guys for Kamala.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's cool. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Mark Ruffalo and Sean Astin and a couple other famous dudes, like they did a Zoom. That's beautiful. Where's the Black Guys for Kamala thing at?
So I think that there are some that, like Don Cheadle was at the DNC. He was there. Like there are various people who Little John showed up and did the intro. Right. There are some of them who are of influence who are present. They're taking. Someone will take a back seat and not say much because this is her time to shine. This is in all honesty, it's a woman's time to shine and take the front stage. Absolutely. Let her speak, let her do her thing, and we will support you behind the scenes. Right. It's their turn.
Right.
It's their turn.
You are 100% correct. You are 100% correct. I just want but our job as black men, our job is to be protectors. Yes, and it's to be supportive. When our women are doing things, we need to prop them up, and like we can take a backseat while also being a defender. And the reason why I'm saying this is it's time for us to maybe match these ignorant voices with hey, shut your ass up.
Hey, I wish you were there to talk to Hulk Hogan,
man,
because that motherfucker. Hey brothers, listen. Who wants me to body slam somebody? And who wants me to body slam Kamala Harris? Like,
so real quick, this shirt that I'm wearing this week. Okay. I don't know if you've seen it. I don't know if you looked at the design. This is the shirt of the Samoan werewolf, Mr. Jacob Fatu, who is just one of the dopest wrestlers on the roster right now. Solo, he's still in your spot, bro. Your cousin's so much better than you.
In a boot.
I want for Jacob Fatu to just go and deal with Hulk Hogan. Like, I want him to go and just be as unhinged as possible. Listen, all of your favorite wrestlers from when you were growing up are trash. All of them, except for like Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels. But the majority of them are trash human beings.
Dustin Rhodes?
Dustin Rhodes is He's hillbilly, but he cool.
Yeah.
So, but like a good number of them, I'm gonna say about a good 80% of them are trash. Hulk Hogan continues to be the locker room leader by a lot.
Yeah.
Like it's like he's leaning into the shit now.
Yeah.
And like I've never just had such a dislike and a hatred for somebody who I used to idolize as a kid. I loved Hulk Hogan.
Say your prayers, take your vitamins.
Listen, when I started working out, my goal was to get my arms to 24 inches because Hulk Hogan used to say that shit. And now every time I see him, I have a physical reaction. Yeah. Like I almost retch every time I see him. Yeah. Because he's a disgusting, horrible human being. And again, he's in the same boat as Vince McMahon with me. If you've listened to me on other podcasts, if you listen to me on the Thirsty Thursdays Wrestling Podcast, you know how I feel about Vince McMahon.
Facts.
And I feel the exact same way about Hulk Hogan.
Okay. Yeah, because that was uncalled for. And technically, I don't know if the rule applies to, because she hasn't been elected yet, Lord willing, but President, candidates. Mm-hmm. I don't know if the same rule. You can't threaten. We couldn't verbally threaten a president.
Right.
Secret Service would show up, shut us down, black bag. But I don't know if the same rule applies to candidates. So we might have to wait for that to happen.
I mean, it's a pick and choose type of thing.
Yeah.
It's a pick and choose type of thing. But man, listen, I don't ever want to see him back in the WWE again. I don't ever want, even though I know at some point they'll weasel his ass back in there. But it's disgusting. And if somebody were to punch him in the face or go at his heart, he has a terrible back, guys. If somebody were to go after that, I wouldn't feel sorry for him.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck you, Hulk. All right, we're going to take a quick break. All right, speaking of our nation's capital where things are about to pop off in a couple of months, we had a special visitor. We had somebody come in, pretty popular individual. Keith Lee, what we call, is he a food critic?
Yeah.
He's a food critic. TikTok food critic. He actually came down to the DMV this week, and I think he's still here, actually.
He's still here, yeah.
He's still here. So he made some pit stops. He went to Duke's Ethiopian restaurant. I don't know why I couldn't say that. He went to Duke's. Sorry, I was getting direction. And he went to Hong Kong Delight. Now, I'm from D.C. Yeah. I avoid the city like the plague, I ain't gonna lie. I can get good mumbo sauce anywhere outside in PG County, so I ain't got no reason to go back, except for Eddie Leonard's. That's got the best for me. Have you ever been to Hong Kong?
Hong Kong Delight?
Yeah.
I feel like I have. Not since they did the remodel, but I have in the past. It is as good as everybody was saying it is.
Okay.
Listen, so Keith Lee is a very, very interesting guy to me because I just now remembered that I watched his debut MMA fight and when he was in Strike Force.
Okay.
But like his pivot has been absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I was wondering when he was gonna come to this area because I know Mr. Chime Time was here for a while, and as they call him, Evil Keith Lee, who I actually prefer him to Keith Lee, but that's neither here nor there. So it's just cool to see, you know what I mean? And especially when I don't know why, I guess it's the DC in me when I see people trying mumbo sauce and they taking it in like Kev on Stage. Kev on Stage is one of my favorite people on the internet. And Kev on Stage still orders mumbo sauce.
Oh, yeah.
Like, anytime he comes here, he has to stop in and get some. So, it's that DC pride swells up whenever you see somebody eating mumbo sauce and they enjoy it. And
full drip on that joint.
They don't say carry out. They say it correctly. They say curry out.
Curry out.
You know what I mean? So,
it's like you don't say Maryland, you say Merlin.
Right. And you don't say, I'm in the area. Nope, it's the area.
Yeah.
Like, we have a dialect, guys. Yeah. And he's only saying something. And we can go back to the old days when we used to have our own clothing line, but that's neat.
Hey, that might happen one day.
That's neat.
Lord willing. But so where do you think he should? I personally think he should have went to Eddie Leonard's. I don't. Eddie Leonard's is that's where I grew up. What I grew up on. That's where my granddad would take me after we went fishing. That's just my spot, and I love their mumbo sauce in particular. And that's a whole nother argument. Cam, shut the fuck up in the comments. I know you're gonna say something because you still ain't challenged me in making mumbo sauce, bitch. Anyway, where do you think he should have went?
Man, listen.
Or should go.
As a former alumni, as somebody who spent a bunch of money at this place in college, I gotta say it. He gotta go to Howard China. Gotta go to Howard China. You gotta go up there, get you. Listen, 4 wings and fries. It's people that don't live in this area now that still come back and go to Howard China, man. Listen.
Okay, I gotta call him out because our producer is like behind the scenes. Why not? What's up with Howard China?
It's just low hanging fruit. There's better places.
There are Eddie Leonard's. There are. Was it Edie's? Is it Edie's on George Avenue? I forgot the name of it. It's been a while. But this is like 50,000 Jerry's. Facts.
Jerry's. If you on the south side of Wasing, because that's where I'm Pennsylvania Avenue. So
Okay.
To me, I'm biased. Wasing got the best.
Hey, man, listen. Here's some more engagement farming, guys. In the comments on the video, put your favorite carryout. We might do a mumbo sauce wing taste test in here one day, just on some because we're bigger guys, so we might just do that. So if y'all put enough comments, if it get enough traction, you know what I mean. Maybe we might do that.
We might do it anyway because I like mumbo sauce and wings. Go ahead.
Some other restaurants that I want him to hit. I want him to go to Jerk at Night because Jerk. God, full disclosure, I've been thinking about Jerk at Night since I was at work earlier today. I'm gonna Uber Eats it as soon as I leave here. I want it at the house waiting for me. So I'm thinking about that. It's a cheesesteak place in College Park. If you don't know about it, I'm about to put you on. It's called Takoa Cheesesteak.
Oh, okay.
Takoa. Yeah. Oh, my God.
Crack.
Oh, my fucking phenomenal.
So, yes. But I feel like we have to give the special shout out to Duke's Ethiopian restaurant. Yeah. Because they were they look pretty good in his videos. And my future wife has been dying for us to get away from any food from Asia because I like Asian food. So I'm going to shout out their address, 1114 U Street, Northwest DC, Duke Ethiopian Restaurant. They were on the verge of closing down, but they put out a nice TikTok. They started getting more business. Keith Lee showed up. They got way more business. And I think you should try that out. I'm going to try them out because I got to take her somewhere other than Asian food. So that's I had to do that.
No, you're good.
Damn, I lost my train of thought. After that, we read everything off the card. All right, go ahead.
No, it's just like getting back to the whole Keith Lee being and everything. It's cool. I'm hoping I run into him at some point, just around the way, just because I'm always on the go. If you know me, you know I'm everywhere and nowhere all at the same time, always.
Where you at? I'm at Cookie Crumble. What? I'm at Georgetown Cupcakes. Nigga,
also,
sit down.
Hey, also, shout out Crumble Cookie. Listen.
Hey,
man, holla at me. Holla at me, please. Like,
I need a chocolate chip snickerdoodle combination cookie. That's what I need. Sorry, I'm getting fat. After watching him eat the damn chicken wing, but he ate it weird though.
He did.
He spread the wing out.
He did. So
and he bit into the tube. I've never seen somebody eat wings like that. So all right.
Hey,
how do you do your curry out?
So that's the funniest thing in the world to me because that was what stood out most about that video to me is the way he broke it, but he didn't break it all the way apart. And he bit to. I was just like, oh no,
where's he from?
He's from Detroit. And I'm pretty sure people in Detroit
don't they have a wing spot type thing.
Everybody got their own wing spots. And I'm pretty sure people from Detroit was like, oh, Keith, baby, no. So the way that I eat my stuff from the carryout is. So first off, whenever I get wings, I just had wings the other night. That's fine.
I'm about to get some today.
My wing, I break them into sections.
Yes.
It's always sections. I always break drum, flat, and then I'm also one of those anomaly people. Yeah. I eat the tip.
There you go.
Like the tip, I don't give a damn what anybody says.
No Diddy.
Droid over there. Droid, you can have your reactions all you want to. It's meat on there. I'm going to get that meat off of there. Pause.
No Diddy.
I'm going to get it off of there because that's good eating.
It is. I agree. It's just right. The wingtip is what he's talking about. I do the same.
Hey, man, just the tip just for a second, just to see how it feels.
But, oh, God. I I don't smother mines in mumbo sauce. I've never been a fan of that. I'll give my mumbo sauce in the side in a cup, and I like to. I tear it up in sections, and I tear my chicken meat off,
Right.
and then dip it and eat it that way. That's how I eat mine. Because also I got the beard. I have mumbo sauce all over the place. Just not trying to go through all that.
I like the glazed chicken.
Okay.
I do like the glazed chicken. But so I will get. So the funny thing about it is I get mumbo sauce on my fries.
Yeah.
And I get barbecue sauce on my chicken. And then like I let it marinate a little bit and I let it like incorporate. And then you get something that is it's alpha mumbo sauce. I'll say that. If you can mix the barbecue with the mumbo sauce,
Yeah.
you cooking with gas there, boy, as the old folks
Because my mumbo
say.
sauce got to be spicy, sweet and spicy, tangy. It can't be that bland, watery shit.
Yeah.
I get so mad when I go to a curry out and they got that. I make my own. Fuck that.
Oh, my father likes to go to Wings and Things on Georgia Avenue, and he likes the brown mumbo sauce.
Yeah,
I'm like, that ain't mumbo sauce.
No.
That's gravy with sugar
Yeah,
in it.
no.
Like that's just, like I remember the first time I had it, I was like, I don't want to do with this. This is gross. You can keep that shit to yourself.
Do better, Uncle Rick. All right. So, in less happier news, more it's kind of, but anyway. Beau DeMayo, X-Men 97. He is in the hot seat. We didn't know what he got released for. They kept it quiet. And then for some reason he started talking shit. And then Disney was like, oh, you want to talk shit? Guess what? Receipts. So go ahead, because I know you're ready to go off on him.
It's not even a go off. I know everybody was wondering, if you've watched X-Men 97, you get to episode 8, and they got Magneto strung up, and he spread eagle in
the tidy blackies,
right? In some I don't even know what those was manties.
Yeah,
like he was strung out in some manties, and you just thinking to yourself, who the fuck decided to do this? Like, what do we think about it? And then months later, you find out that. Allegedly, Mr. DeMayo was sending lewd photographs of himself to writers and artists in superhero poses, saying, use it as inspiration. Can you, and again, I have a very projectionary mind, and so at one point, I've seen Beau DeMayo's stuff has popped up on my Twitter feed, and he randomly posts himself without shirts all the time. It's so weird. So, of course, I'm like, so you think about all the hero poses that you saw in X-Men 97, and it's just like, oh, I see where these niggas got the inspiration from. Like, Beau DeMayo said, can you imagine him sending you were right on X-Men 97, and this nigga sends you a picture of him with some pencils in his knuckles, it's Wolverine like this.
Or worse. It's him as Wolverine, and he's hired some intern to ride his back as Gambit, and they're running down the street. Like, no, just no.
This whole story is wild, and again, it's all alleged right now. Nothing has been proven. We haven't gone to court yet.
I just keep seeing that video, that one clip going around of him dressed, some caricature of him as Cyclops.
Yeah,
and it's just a yellow strap and a Speedo and the like. Yo, come on, just no.
He tried to say that was the picture. Him reposting that picture lost him his writer credit on season 2. I was just like, Beau, but like, I mean. If you do a little bit of research about it, you find out that Beau DeMayo was one of the writers for The Witcher. And he was dismissed from The Witcher. For what? Sending new pictures and suggestive positions to other writers.
I did not know that.
It's happened before. Again, allegedly. Allegedly it's happened before. So, I mean, where there's smoke, there's fucking fire majority of the time. So, I mean, you don't know. But then also, I mean, Beau DeMayo's lawyer jumped out there and was just like, well, Disney's just trying to, they're trying to distract from the fact that they killed a woman and that because her husband signed up for the terms of service on Disney Plus, they can't sue us. So, I mean.
I'm tempted to read every single terms of service that I've ever touched in my entire life because that's straight out of a fucking episode of South Park. I don't want to wake up one day and be attached to somebody's ass in a Centipede movie. I don't want that to happen. But yeah, like how do you even fix your mouth to say as a lawyer, fuck Disney, as a lawyer, to sit there and say, oh, well, you signed up for a streaming service So the terms of service applies to the whole no, fuck out of here.
So
you caused my wife her life. You gotta go. I would be the anti-Disney guy from then on in.
So to give a little bit of background on this story, a woman ate at a Disney park.
Mm-hmm.
She was allergic to a certain ingredient. She told them, they said it wouldn't be in it. Turns out that they cooked with it. They cooked that ingredient that she was allergic to.
Enough to kill her.
And she went into
anaphylactic shock.
And went into anaphylactic shock and she died. The husband went to sue for a wrongful death suit. And the lawyer said, nope, you signed up for a Disney Plus account and you signed up for you agreed to our terms of service. And that said that we can't litigate a case in public. It has to be behind closed doors. How can you fix your mouth to say that? How can these lawyers enforce these things? How can they do that? Easy. These people are fucking ghouls.
Yeah.
They are monsters.
Yeah.
They are horrible. I'm just doing my job. I mean, that's
You're
the same
soulless
thing. That's the same
scumbag.
That's the same thing Nazis were saying in the World War II. I'm
Facts.
just following orders. Fuck that. At some point, we got to be able to do the right thing as people. But again, these people are ghouls. Now, with that being said, I hope one day we get big enough to have one of these fucking ghouls on our team. But until then, you people are monsters. And yeah, it's again, the woman lost her life. Like I feel horrible for the family. Mm-hmm. I feel terrible about it, and I hate the fact that Disney is trying to enforce this shit. Mm-hmm. But it's more horrendous behavior from these companies who continue to just bleed people and drag them over the coast.
Well, I agree. My face and my reactions because no, I don't want I want an honorable fucking lawyer that's gonna win. That's what I want. I don't want a ghoul.
Hey, man,
I want a headhunter. Somebody's gonna go out there and fucking get it. Yes, I want that. But
I say some horrible things sometimes, so we kind of we're gonna need a ghoul on that side.
Jesus help me.
Like we're gonna have to. I'm gonna hate him. I might punch him in the stomach every time I see him, but also I'll be paying him enough that he can take that punch and then go and get me out of some shit that I said.
God help me. I just came from church. All right, so final topic of I cannot throw today. What's going on?
Yo,
fuck can I throw today? Why my hands off? Oh yeah, that's bullshit. Get ready for another Trey rage moment. So we've touched on it before. Have we? I don't know if we have or not. But Joker 2 is about to drop.
Folie, Deux.
You learned how to fucking say it. It's going to be Joker 2. It's going to be
Joker 2, Folie, Deux.
No, fuck that. It's
I
Joker
took
2.
French
That's
in elementary school. So.
I ain't text that shit. S'il vous plaît, fuck this movie. That's what I'm about to say. Because it's. I love Lady Gaga. I'm hooked on Die With a Smile, the song with her and Bruno Mars right now. Me and Ashley have been singing that song. That's going to be our first dance. That's going to be our fucking first dance. I know I'm going to end up hating it because they're going to put it in this fucking movie. And it's going to be fucking Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga dancing around. And I'm not even going to do the dance anymore. I'm not even going to fucking do the dance. Like, this is the other thing. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to. The first 5 minutes of the movie is going to be a Looney Tunes cartoon about the Joker. Why? Why, Warner Brothers? Leave the fucking Looney Tunes out of this. What the fuck did they... I'm not going to watch this movie. I didn't watch the last one. I'm still pissed off that they fucking did this movie. Like, Batman's 5. This movie is taking place 5 years, so now he's 10. We're going to have a 10-year-old Cape Crusader running around the fucking city. Fuck out of here. Your thoughts?
So even without your patronage, that first movie made $1 billion.
Fuck a billion people. All of you are wrong. I'm right.
They added a generational star to the cast. Someone who crosses all types of racial stereotypes. She crosses all types of bands. Like she expands to a bunch of different people. And you think that it's gonna make less money?
I didn't say that. I said I'm still furious that the movie is even being made.
Listen.
I know it's gonna make money. I know it's gonna make fucking gangbusters.
So this the thing, right? And I tried to tell you this when the first one came out. If you think about it as a Joker, as a Batman-esque story, it's gonna piss you off. I understand that's hard being though the name is Joker, right? But if you look at it as a character study about mental health and the degradation of the mind that's caused by society and being a loner and being just cast out and being just, one of the dregs of society, it's a pretty damn good movie. It's a very good character study. Mm-hmm. I have found the ability, I guess it's because, Batman to me is a fascist and he's the champion of the 1%. So I don't get too attached to any Batman stuff.
Fair.
But I've been able to separate that, and I've been able to like I just look at Joker for what it is. It's just a good character study. So don't think about it that way. Just think about it as Joaquin Phoenix doing some amazing acting. Now, with that being said, the musical numbers in this movie I'm not looking forward to because if it's like Les Mis and he sings like Russell Crowe did in that, I'm out. I'm checked out. I can't do it. I can't do the pitchy singing and shit.
I love musicals. I'm not gonna say I love music. I love some musicals. Some like I watched I forgot the name of the show we were watching. Damn it, forget it. Anyway, there's a show that came on Apple TV. Smigadoon, that's the name of the movie. Name of the show where it's
just
on.
pulled out some Gambit dialect there.
It's called Schmigadoon. Yeah, that's what it's called. But it's a musical show where people get trapped in a magical land and everybody's singing campy songs, and then they try to leave and come back, and now they're in like the Chicago area, so everything is grungy and dirty. I love that. I love that as my favorite musical of all time is Singing in the Rain. I could basically sing that movie from start to finish. But I can't get behind. You said what?
Never knew that.
What? Singing in the Rain?
Singing in the Rain is your favorite.
Yeah. Avon used to play it for me all the time.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. But I can't get behind this. Like, we're gonna stab, we're gonna shoot. Like, get the fuck out of here.
So I think it's about...
Why is it a musical?
It's a musical probably because we need to show a different way of how mental health affects people and how the brain can degrade. So it's the unreliable narrated type of perspective. You know what I mean? And we essentially looking at two people whose brains are just fucking being fried.
But Harley's brain isn't fried. Harley, even in the trailer depiction so far, she's still a psychologist or whatever, the doctor. She's still a doctor who's trying to help people. So I don't think she's driven insane. In the comics, she's driven insane by her love for the Joker. But she's not crazy. She's not insane.
I think I would disagree on that, but I think this is going to show how, you know how they say to be in love is to be insane, is to be crazy. It's pretty much on the same spectrum. So okay. I think it's that analytical view of how that goes and what's going to be happening. I don't know. I don't really have an opinion about the movie either way. So I'm gonna go see it just because I like to go see.
You're gonna give them money. You're gonna help the fucking problem.
Listen, the fucking movie made $1 billion, man. That means my little $15 didn't make a difference here or there. You know what I'm saying? So again, I'm gonna go see it. I'm gonna go check it out because I love movies and I like Todd Phillips, even though he's a psychopath, and I love his directing style. I like Joaquin Phoenix's acting and his ability to throw himself into characters. Okay. So I'm gonna go see it for that reason. But I don't know. I still don't like the implications of Batman beating up on the geriatric.
That's what's going to end up happening if they keep this going.
Yeah.
Then we're going to have the play version. So are you a fan of any musicals whatsoever?
Yes.
Okay. Let's delve into the mind of Rick Stroh here. Let's get a little deep.
I mean, like my bag is deep and extensive. Like okay. I've
anything besides Hamilton, because everybody's gonna pull Hamilton out of their ass now.
Funny story is never actually watched Hamilton. Never, not once. So one of my favorite operas of all time.
You know who I'm talking to. You didn't show him fucking Hamilton yet? You know exactly who you haven't. Anyway, continue.
People don't make me do stuff. One of my favorite operas of all time is Carmen. I love Carmen.
Okay.
That's one of those tragic stories. Musicals, whatever. I love Guys and Dolls. I actually grew up learning Guys and Dolls in chorus in elementary school. So yeah, I've actually grown to really, really appreciate that. I didn't see the new one because I don't like Ansel Engelhart or whatever, however you pronounce his name. But yeah, I mean, listen, I'm all over the place when it comes to as far as like my experiences with things. So
yeah, I just want to give us a chance to show the audience we have more dimensions than just comics and anime and sports and whatnot. But yeah, so I learned something new about my cousin. I'm happy to do so.
I mean, I learned something too.
Hey, that's it's a journey. Look at us. But this has been another great episode of Gamma Blerds. Thank you for joining us here. Make sure you check out merlinstirfry.com to get you some merch. And we're going to have that up soon to get us some merch too. Yeah, what you got to say?
No, I was just gonna say the whole spiel. Like, share, subscribe.
Oh, yeah.
Go follow our Instagram. And then follow our personal Instagrams. I'm at just_Rick_Williams_83.
I'm the phenomenal Trey Proper, of course. And on all platforms, Trey Proper everywhere. So you know where to find me. But come join us next time. Love you. Peace.